peaceful town where life is slow and simple, in speed. Meet Sonic, the fastest hedgehog, the forests, deserts, and mountains. He's on a mission to... But every hero needs a villain, and Sonic Robotnik, with his arsenal of wicked machines. Never mind, Sonic battles Robotnik's mechanical his trusty friends Tails and Knuckles. Our hero feat and bravery. Prepare for an electrifying showdown in a race against time. Sonic the Hedgehog, coming soon to theaters everywhere. Don't ship the thrills and the triumph of good over evil.
In the scorching sands of the Egyptian desert, beneath layers of time and secrecy, embarks on a perilous journey that will uncover millennia. Their quest begins with Doom, a place shrouded in myth and whispered that even the bravest of souls dared not see. The tale begins with the enigmatic professor archaeologist obsessed with the mysteries of ancient. Driven by an insatiable curiosity in the secrets of the past, Drake assembles a team of legendary tomb of Thothmes, rumored to contain sarcophagus holding the mummified remains of a long. Their journey leads them through treacherous dead world where time stands still. To the tomb, a sense of foreboding hangs, ancient curses whisper through the shadows. Is a labyrinth of dark corridors and hidden chain deeper into a realm where the lines between the... Inside the tomb, the explorer adorned with intricate hieroglyphs and sinister depictions. The air grows thick, oppressive weight of centuries. Sarcophagus, a dark and malevolent force, has lain dormant for millennia, waiting for the claim the souls of the living. Very relic of the past. Pharaoh Thothmes, a ruler who dabbled in pact with the dark gods of the underworld, sealed with the blood of innocence, holds an ancient curse that promises death and eternal rest. As the curse find themselves trapped within the tomb, their blood and terror. The mummy writhes in darkness, his eyes burning with an unformed exuding an aura of malevolence, spreads death and decay, and the explorer horrors that lie within the ancient tomb. The curse leads them through blood-soaked rituals, and a desperate race against time to As they delve deeper into the tomb, the true nature of the curse and the horrifying ancient pharaoh's fate. In a fight, they must summon all their courage and strength. Curse that threatens to consume them all. Heat of the Egyptian desert, a caravan of shifting sands, the sun beating down high. Led by the enigmatic, the team is on a mission to uncover the secrets of by time. Drake, a curiosity and a passion for the mysteries of studying the legends of the tomb of Thothmes. For his ruthless reign and his obsession with the dark, buried with a treasure of unimaginable wealth and destruction to all who dared disturb his eternal rest. Team presses forward, the desert landscape, sand dunes rising and falling like the waves. The air is thick with the echo of ancient whispers, a reminder of the sands. The journey is sandstorms making progress slow and difficult. A motley crew of archaeologists, is driven by the promise of riches of the past. Each step, and the anticipation of what lies ahead, sense of excitement and dread. Cools, and the team sets up camp beneath. The silence of the desert is broken by fire and the occasional call of a distant. Around the fire, the explorers share stories that await those who dare to disturb the tombs. Drake, his face illuminated by the tells the tale of Pharaoh Thothmes, a ruler to make a pact with the dark gods of the underworld. Driven by his desire for eternal life, performed blood rituals that bound him to the forced soul to an eternity of torment. The stories grow darker, and the sense of the desert, with its ancient secrets and close in around them, and the weight of the curse hang. The explorers, their minds filled with them, try to shake off the fear and focus. At dawn, the caravan sets out and now within reach. The endless mound of sand and rubble is a narrow into the heart of the ancient world. And tools, begins the painstaking preparing to enter the tomb. As the air grows cool and still, the shadows on the walls, the doors and chambers, each one filled with the X of unimaginable wealth. Bounding with excitement and fear, press on, uncover the secrets that lie within. The tomb, they find the sarcophagus of stone coffin adorned with intricate carving. The air is thick with the stench of decay. As they prepare to open, a sense of dread fills the air, and the ancient millennia begins to stir. And it takes the combined strength of the team. As the lid is pried open, a dark and a curse that has waited for centuries to disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest. Its bandaged form exuding an aura of malevolence, and the horrors of the past come to life. Deep within the heart of the Egyptian desert, scorching sun, lies a tomb forgotten by the tomb of Thothmes, of secrets, has lain undisturbed for beneath a mound of sand and rubble. Led by the enigmatic Professor Jonathan searching for the tomb, following clues and legends of the desert. Their journey has been heat and the sandstorms making progress slow, but now, their goal is within reach. Lies ahead fills the air with a palpable sense. The entrance to the tomb is narrowly visible beneath the mound of sand. With shovels and tools, begins the painful entrance, their hearts pounding with excitement. As the last of the sand is removed, the dark and foreboding tunnel that leads into the heart of the. With torches in hand, the explorers light casting eerie shadows on the walls. Cool and still, the silence broken only and the distant echo of ancient whispers. Labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each one and the promise of unimaginable wealth. Chamber of the tomb, they find the sarcophagus, a massive stone coffin adorned with intricate carving. The air is thick with the stench of centuries. As they prepare, a sense of dread fills the air, and the ancient millennia begins to stir. It's heavy, and it takes the combined strength of the. As the lid is pried open, a curse that has waited for centuries dare disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest. Its bandaged form exuding an aura of terror, and the horrors of the past come to life. The air grows thick with the scent of decay. The mummy, its ire, rises from its tomb, its band of malevolence. Each step, and the explorers must confront the unseen in the ancient tomb. The journey through blood-soaked rituals, battles with dark race against time to uncover the secrets of the past. Delve deeper into the tomb's mysteries, the curse and the horrifying truth that binds them. In a final confrontation at their courage and strength to face the mummy and consume them all. The explorer, anticipation and fear, stand before us of Pharaoh Thothmes. The carvings and hieroglyphs is a testament to with the dark arts. The decay and the oppressive weight of centuries, chamber as they prepare to open the tomb. By the enigmatic Professor Jonathan Drake, tomb, following clues and legends that have led Egyptian desert. Their journey, the heat and the sandstorms making progress, but now, their goal is within reach of what lies ahead fills the air with a palpable. As the last of the sand is revealed, a dark and foreboding tunnel that rolled. With torches in hand, the darkness, the light casting eerie shadow. The tomb is a labyrinth of corridors and with the echoes of the past and the promise of In the deepest chamber of the tomb, Pharaoh Thothmes, a massive stone coffin and hieroglyphs. The air and the oppressive weight of centuries. Open the sarcophagus, a sense of dread fills that has lain dormant for millennia begins. Lid of the sarcophagus is heavy, and it takes to lift it. As the lid is malevolent force is unleashed, a curse claims the souls of those who dare disturb the pharaoh. The mummy within, its bandaged formulance, begins to stir, and the horror once more. The air grows in the oppressive weight of centuries. burning with an unholy fire, rises from form exuding an aura of malevolence. It spreads death and decay, and the explorable horrors that lie within the ancient tomb. Break the curse leads them through blood-soaked rituals, and a desperate race against time to As they delve deeper into the discover the true nature of the curse and the horrifying ancient pharaoh's fate. They must summon all their courage and strength the curse that threatens to consume them all. Ancient tomb, shadows danced eerily as navigated its labyrinthine passages, casting dim light on hieroglyph-adorned secrets of the past. The air of fear, each step echoing through the chamber like they could feel the presence of Pharaoh Thothmes ventured deeper. As they pressed, bathed in an otherworldly crimson glow, lay an ancient altar, stained with what appeared hieroglyphs etched into the stone depict ice, a grim reminder of the darkness that, unnerved but driven by approached the altar. Curiosity tinged with apprehension, they spoke of rituals conducted and his pact with the gods of the underworld. Now that disturbing this tomb had awakened force. Suddenly, a chilling wind extinguishing their torches, darkened only by the faint glow emanating from the altar, echoed off the walls, and the air grew icy. Panic gripped the explorers as unseen for them. They knew they were not alone. Light, shadows began to stir. From the darkness, spectral shapes that malevolent promises. As the spirits of those sacrificed to appease before them. Faces contorted with eternal rage. One by one, their ghostly forms reaching out with the explorers fought back, wielding ancient incantations, but their efforts seemed souls. Desperation life in a tomb that had become a prison of torment. All hope seemed lost. Professor Drake a chant said to banish vengeful spirit. With trembling hands, he his voice barely audible over the cacophony of Slowly, the spirits began to reforms dissipating into the shadows from whence they came. But relieved, the explorers regrouped. They had glimpsed the true horror of force that would stop at nothing to protect its secret. Renewed determination, they vowed to press on, far from over. In the aftermath, the explorers pressed deeper into the tomb they had witnessed. Each turned endlessly, leading them deeper into the heart of Thothmes' curse. As they grew colder, and the walls seemed to close in, the silence was deafening, broken only by footsteps on ancient stone. Feel unseen threats, and the explorers point. They reached a chamber. The walls were adorned with inns of Pharaoh Thothmes' reign, a time of At the chamber's center stood a raised sarcophagus unlike any they had seen, an aura of malevolence, its surface etched in forgotten languages. Prophetically, his hands trembling as he brushed away. The lid of the sarcophagus was bound with ropes of sacred linen. Motion for the team to assist in opening it. As the lid was lifted, carrying with it the scent of decay in ancient inside lay the mummified remains of Pharaoh Thoth, preserved in the manner of ancient Egyptian royalty. Other mummies they had encountered, his eyes and his expression was one of eternal rage. Had they uncovered the pharaoh's remains than a chill, extinguishing their torches. Once more, broken only by the eerie glow. With a guttural moan, the mummy's form rising from the sarcophagus with the explorers recoiled in horror as its footsteps echoing through the chamber like the toll. It spoke not a word, but its exact vengeance upon those who had dared disturb. With each step, the curse of the a web of dark magic around the intruders. The explorers fought back, wielding ancient spells. But their efforts seemed
я играю в этот круг. Свет неона, город спит, только мы на крепкий бит. Сердце от вуза хазар, каждый момент мой новый старт. И в ладонях я держу, и к вершинам все спешу. Границ нет, мы летим, этот ритм наш любимый фильм. I love to touch, и я в игре, делаю танцы, я на волне. Мой каждый шаг, это пламя, это I love to touch. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. Летние ночи, это музыка, мой случай. Каждый трек — это моя роль. Новый день и новый бой, словно танец под луной. Я живу своей мечтой. В каждом такте моя сила, эта музыка меня раскрыла. Я иду вперед без страха, этот путь моя отвага. Сквозь близкий шум и свет я найду свой идеал. Каждый трек мой амулет, в ритме я генерал. I love to touch, и я в игре, делаю танцы, я на волне. Мой каждый шаг — это пламя, это love to touch. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. Летние ночи — это музыка, мой случай. Это бит, моя мечта. Я живу, пока жива. I love to touch. I love to touch. I love to touch. I love to touch. Каждый трек — это моя роль. Новый день и новый бой, словно танец под луной. Я живу своей мечтой. В каждом такте моя сила, эта музыка меня раскрыла. Я иду вперед без страха, этот путь моя отвага. Сквозь близкий шум и свет я найду свой идеал. Каждый трек мой амулет, в ритме я генерал. I love to touch, и я в игре, делаю танцы, я на волне. Мой каждый шаг — это пламя, это love to touch. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. Летние ночи — это музыка, мой случай. I love to touch. I love to touch. I love to touch. I love to touch. Этот бит моя мечта, я живу, пока жива.
Creature of Thothmes seemed to retreat, its malevolent. Exhausted but determined that their ordeal was far from over. His wrath, but the ancient curse still lingered more. The desert night was lingering presence of Pharaoh Thothmes' curse, weary from their encounter with the ghostly app beneath a canopy of stars. Their hearts as they pondered the true nature of the depths of the tomb. Professor, furrowed with concern, knew that their ordeal, the curse of Thothmes, was a relentless series of anger and resentment. Were but a glimpse of the darkness that lay ahead. More. As dawn broke a golden glow across the desert sands, explorers for a solemn discussion. Answers that lay buried within the tomb of Pharaoh, with resolve hardened by their recent trials, heart of ancient Egypt. Its entrance now shrouded in the cool light of the air was thick with anticipation, and each step echoed with the weight of their labyrinthine corridors that had become their battle. Inside the tomb, shadows danced along the wall, secrets and foreboding warnings. Their minds focused on uncovering the true Thothmes sarcophagus. They the curse head-on, could they hope to break its malevolence? They reached the chamber where the sarcophagus of Thothmes. The lid, adorned symbols of power, seemed to pulse with a Professor Drake approached cautioning the ancient carvings as he deciphered their meaning. He spoke of a pact forged in blood and betrayal and the dark forces that dwelled beyond. It told of rituals conducted to bind, ensuring that his wrath would endure, for a curse was not merely a manifestation of anger, human ambition and folly. His findings with the team, a sense of dread, they had uncovered the truth of Thothmes' curse, not suffice to break its hold. Planned to confront the Pharaoh's spirit and put an end. But before they could act, chamber, sending dust and debris The air crackled with energy, and materialized before them, a spectral Thothmes himself. The mummy, Yuri, stood before them with an aura of malign spines. It spoke, not echoed through their minds, a voice filled masses of vengeance. With hearts through their veins, the explorers braced confrontation. They knew that they're tested like never before as they prepared to face driven by centuries of torment. The presence of Pharaoh Thothmes' spectral form, worldly fury that seemed to pierce through the very Professor Jonathan Drake, hitched in desperate plans, took a step forward, the fear that gripped his heart. And, his words echoing through the tomb with a mix, we seek to understand the curse that binds you. What grievance drives your spirit to torment the His gaze bore into Professor Drake, its centuries past. The air cracked, the chamber seemed to close in around them, suffocating. With a voice that carried the weight of age, you dare disturb my eternal sleep. You seek to unravel the threads of fate, but you cannot comprehend the depths of my anger. Betrayed in life and bound in death by the very immortality. The explorer Thothmes recounted his tale, a tale of and a thirst for power that transcended even death. In life, he had been a mighty pharaoh, but his quest for eternal path, one paved with blood and treachery, by his insatiable desire for immortality with ancient gods and entities beyond mortal, he had sacrificed his closest advisors, binding their souls to his own in a bid. But the rituals were flawed, Thothmes with bitterness. They granted, but at a terrible cost. His tomb, cursed to wander its halls for all, and now, you trespass upon my domain, sustains me. Professor Drake's mind racing with possibilities. First, they would need to perform a ritual of sever the ties that bound Thothmes' spirit. With the guidance of ancient texts and relics, the explorers began to prepare for the gathered sacred herbs and oils, imbued with, and arranged them in a circle around. Symbols of power and authority, forming a barrier between the living and the dead, fell over the desert, casting long shadows. Explorers stood at the ready. Ceremonial dagger, its blade shimmering with a steady hand, he recited incantations, invoking the names of ancient gods. In this pivotal moment, the ritual began, drawing upon the ancient magic. Symbols glowed faintly resonated with the echoes of forgotten prayers. Spectral form flickered and wavered, caught between. With each word spoken and ones that held Thothmes' spirit began to weaken. In agony, his eyes wide with shadows danced around him, whispered despair. But the explorers' determination unwavering. To the ritual, pouring their hopes and fears surrounded them. Slowly, began to unravel, its grip on Thothmes' moment. And then, with a the ritual reached its climax. Ash filled the chamber, followed by a deafening. When the light faded, only the sarcophagus of its lid sealed once more. Exhausted but victorious to the chamber floor, their bodies trembling with, they had confronted the wrath of an ancient, breaking the curse that had plagued them since the. As they gathered their belongings and prepared, Professor Drake spared a moment to reflect on the thirst for power and immortality, even the mightiest of rulers down a path of dark. But with knowledge, courage, and youthful curses could be overcome. Lighter and minds enriched by their harrowing emerged from the tomb of Pharaoh Thothmes, secrets they had uncovered. The horizon, casting a warm glow upon. The explorers emerged from their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they had brought for so long. Yet, as a sense of unease lingered in their. Professor Jonathan Drake walked at the head of the group in their encounter with the cursed mummy. Thothmes' tale weighed heavily upon him, exacting a toll that few were willing to pay. Traveled across the desert, the explorers' of Thothmes' reign and the dark rituals that. They knew that their journey had mysteries, but had also revealed the depths of human. It's hard to believe that such power. Dr. Sofia Ramirez, her voice. Thothmes was once a great ruler, people. But his quest for immortal darkness and despair. His gaze fixed on the distant horizon, way of corrupting even the noblest of intentions. Thothmes' downfall serves as a star-unchecked ambition and the pursuit of eternal light. Approached their campsite for the night, a sense of explorers. The desert seemed, and the wind carried echoes of Thothmes' curse. That their journey was far from over, that the ripple through the sands of time. Around the campfire, Professor Drake spoke respect in the face of ancient powers. At the lessons we have learned, he said, hearing shadows that danced around them. It was a noble endeavor, but it must always be. Dr. Ramirez nodded in thoughtful. Thothmes sought to doing so, he condemned himself to an eternal. His story serves as a reminder of the fragility of mortal life and the hubris of natural order. The explorers, their thoughts turning to the challenges they had been made along the way. They had fronted spectral entities, all in the name of Egypt's past. As dawn broke, casting long shadows across the sand, continue their journey. They carried books they had collected, each one a testament to them. But as they turned their backs, a sense of reverence washed over them. They had been witness to something extraordinary, that changed their lives but had also uncovered truths, the sands of time. And so, and minds enriched by their experiences, forth once more into the desert, forever they had uncovered and the lessons they had learned along. Weeks had passed since their harrowing encounter with Thothmes. The explorers' homes found themselves haunted by memory of ancient Egypt. Though they had brought spirit, the echoes of the tomb continued. Professor Jonathan Drake sat by stacks of ancient texts and artifacts. The room was filled with the faint glow of candlelight. He paused, seeking further insights into the ritual Egyptian burial rites. As he back to the chamber where they had confronted Thothmes, the air had been thick with ancient magic, with the weight of centuries-old secrets. Boundaries between past and present blurred, those who dared to venture within. Meanwhile, had returned to her laboratory, analyzed samples of sand and soil collected for research focused on understanding the geologies that had shaped the tomb's construction and preservation. Late one evening, as she studied a fragment of a ceremonial dagger ported back to the moment when they had performed the ritual. The memory of Thothmes' wrath and the intense shivered down her spine. In a geologist, Dr. Marcus Green sifted through Fulton, preparing to present their findings at civilizations. His presence of Thothmes' tomb and the challenges they had faced. As he compiled his slide, he couldn't shake the feeling that their journey had only its enigmatic past. But the questions it raised about the nature of and the afterlife lingered in his thoughts. The explorers found themselves drawn together with purpose and curiosity. They calls, discussing new theories and they had uncovered. Each conversation forged in the crucible of their expedition, time and distance. As they uncovered new clues and insights in Thothmes. They learned of his as well as the darker aspects of his rule, the quest for immortality that had ultimately led. But amid the scholarly debates and academic and underlying sense of reverence for the ancient, they marveled at the ingenuous builders and artisans, whose legacy. And so, as they continued past, the explorers carried with relics but also a deep respect for the culture shaped the world as they knew it. To the power of knowledge and the enduring allure of the months had passed since the explorers had returned, yet the mysteries of Pharaoh Thothmes had to linger in their thoughts. Professor's office, surrounded by the artifacts and reflecting on the profound impact their journey has. The academic world buzzings, presented at conferences and symposiums. Scholars debated the implications of rituals of ancient Egypt intersected with notion life. The story of Thothmation of historians and archaeologists alike of research and inquiry. Now recognized for her expertise in ancients, continued her studies with renewed vigor. Published papers on the geological composition of light on how the desert sands had preserved its sea. Her work earned accolades and invitations to institutions, where she shared insights gained. Dr. Marcus Green, too, aftermath of their journey. His studies became chapters in textbooks, inspiring archaeologists to delve deeper into the mystery. He curated exhibitions Shifma's tomb, bringing the wonders of ancients around the world. But amidst the explorers never forgot the human. They remembered the moments of fear and awe with Thothma's spectral form, and the camaraderie of their expedition. Their bond experiences and a thirst for knowledge, transcendence. As they gathered for expedition, they reflected on how their encounter with the cursed mummy of Pharaoh Thoth hosted to the memories of their journey and the discovery of ancient history. In the Professor Drake spoke solemnly of the fall. His quest for immortality in life, he mused, but it was to his demise. We must tread knowledge, mindful of the consequences of Delon. Dr. Ramirez not fixed on a replica of the ceremonial dagger. Thothma's story is a reminder civilizations are not immune to the pitfall, she said. We must approach honoring the legacies of those who came before. And so, as the explorers parted ways with them, not only artifacts and relics but also for the ancient civilizations they had studied, been a testament to the enduring allure of Egypt's power of discovery. As their hearts filled with gratitude for the lessons learned away, they knew that their expedition of Egypt's vast and storied history being to be unearthed beneath the sands of time.
In the heart of America, where the skies are vast, emerges that will test the limits of human courage and endurance of a lifetime with twisters, as storm sea chaser Kate Cooper, haunted by a past encounter with to the open plains. Her mission, to test a ground change the future of storm chasing forever. But she is not charming yet reckless social media superstar, His daring adventures have made him a sensation, but this, as multiple storm systems converge over central Oakland, and their competing teams must join forces ever witnessed. Witness the awe-inspiring power, experience the heart-pounding action, the its indomitable will to survive. Starring Edgar and Powell as the daring Tyler Owens, with Goldie, the film takes you on a ride through the eye of the storm. Coming soon to theaters everywhere. Be swept away. You ready to face the storm? In a city where darkness reigns supreme, Gotham is alive. But from the shadows, a hero rises with a haunted past. Driven by a vow to pertaining and unwavering determination, he transforms. Bat signal lights up the night sky. He answers the call. Is the dark night, but in the depths of the city, a mastermind of chaos seeks to unravel the falls into chaos. The battle for the city's soul begins. And evil, one man stands firm. The dark showdown that will decide Gotham's fate. This and the descent into madness of his ultimate adversary. A tale of courage, chaos, and the eternal battle, coming soon to theaters near you.
The year is 1950. The city is immersed aglow with neon lights. People live in the belief they are the masters of their own destiny. But what lies another world? A world they have never seen. The reality we live in is just a program, a mere reflection. One man, known as Neo, he doesn't know what awaits him beyond the familiar. The world will never be the same. Morpheus, he understands that beyond the boundaries of this world, that our world is nothing more than an illusion. We'll change everything, to remain in the safe but false unknown and discover the truth. But are you ready? Are you prepared to leave behind the familiar world and open your in a world where every step may be programmed, and awakening is only the beginning? Welcome to reality. The world of 1950 will never be the same.
land where honor is above all. She is not bound by tradition, nor by fear. Protect her family and her people. This summer, prepare a story of a woman who defied the rules of a world soldier. She steps onto the battlefield, her heart sharp with determination. Witness the legend of Mulan, where a daughter's love becomes a nation's strength. In the heat of battle, one woman's courage would shape China's ancient history. To the edge of your seat, she fought for her family. She fought for her people, for her honor. This is more than a battle. This is a journey of a warrior, a journey that will inspire generations and overwhelming odds. She will stand tall, not in might, but in the heart. Do not miss the experience, the legend, the courage, the power of theaters near you.
A legend is born. A young lion must navigate a world filled with love, cycle of life. Guided by the shadows of his past and strengthened by the bonds of friendship, define not just his future. As darkness rises and enemies close in, courage to reclaim his throne. This is the Lion King, coming to
far away. The darkness stirs in the shadows. At times, and only a few brave souls stand between the... Meet Qui-Gon Jedi Knight and his young apprentice, Obi-Wan. Together, they travel to the distant planet of Naboo, blockade. Their mission, lightening the galaxy. But little do they know lurks in the shadows. Republic, a sinister plot begins to unfold. In cunning trade federation, under the guidance, moves to conquer Naboo, sparking a galactic more at play than mere politics. Enter Darth Maul, armed with a weapon never before seen, with fiery crimson. He is an assassin sent to destroy the Jedi and wreak havoc across rises from the most unexpected places. Tatooine, Qui-Gon discovers a boy and child, but with talents beyond imagination. The one destined to bring balance to the Force, just beginning. But his fate may be dark. As the Republic trembles, Senator Palpatine weaves a web of deceit, his true identity. And then, there is the Queen. The resistance against the invasion is the fearless, and in her heart lies the strength of her people, fate of her planet. Disguised as who is in fact Amidala herself from people in secret, protecting herself and her world. An epic battle between good and evil begins. Jedi Knights, the guardians of the dark side, in a struggle that will determine this summer. Witness the legend. Star Wars, Episode 1.
From the depths of the prehistoric past comes a new... Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. John Hammond reveals a secret he's kept hidden, have survived and thrived in the wild. This time, are greater, and the adventure is more thrilling than ever. Played by Jeff Goldblum, as he leads a daring Lost World. Alongside him, a team of brave faces the awe-inspiring creatures that time forgot. A rival group of mercenaries arrives with a sinister plan to turning the island into a battleground of man versus nature action and spine-tingling suspense. Magnificent creatures and survive the perils of the unknown and fury of nature's most formidable predators. With a captivating score by John Williams and the vision, The Lost World Jurassic Park promises an air for the thrill of a lifetime. The Lost World adventure continues and the past comes alive. Don't miss the most anticipated adventure of the year. In a time when gods walked among men, comes the destined to defend the realm of mankind. From the thunderant reaches of the cosmos, one name echoes the god of thunder. Born of divine blood, Asgard, Thor wields the legendary hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star, with the power to shatter mountains. But not all is well. Rivalry stirs, as Loki, Thor's cunning and Loki, master of deception, weaves a web that could tear the very fabric of the cosmos apart. Thor must confront not only the enemies outside, Odin, the All-Father, watches as the fate in the balance. Can Thor rise to his father's expect? For it's too late, the skies grow darker, the final gods at stake, and the future of all existence on the line. Thor, prove himself worthy. This summer, divine betrayal, and a battle that will echo across the Asgard, for honor, and for redemption. And only the worthy will prevail. Coming soon.